Now, money wounds and money blocks are belief systems that are ingrained in us, whether from society, whether from our own experiences, whether from our upbringing. We tend to fear abundance because we fear that we're not worthy. And when it comes to the money wound, worth and value is the core wound. It's the core wound. We can talk about lack and we can talk about scarcity, which is a contributing factor to it. But what it comes down to is you have that lack and you have that scarcity energy within you because you don't believe that you are worthy of the abundance. Money is just an energy. We have relationships with everything in the universe. We have relationships with family. We have relationships with friends. We have relationships with significant others. We have relationships with our pets. Everything is a consciousness. We have relationships with our cars. We have relationships with our homes. Everything is our consciousness. Money is the same. At face value, it's just a piece of paper. Just like a tarot card is just a card. It's just a piece of cardstock. When we put such a value on the cards, that's when we lose sight of our intuition. That's when we lose sight of ourselves. It's understanding that this is a tool for accessing your intuition. The same money, paper money, coin money is just a tool for accessing your abundance. And that abundance is within you. It's within you. It's not outside of yourself. It looks like it's outside of yourself because of the system that society has set up. But money is a tool. Money is an energy, and that energy comes from you. Begin to ask yourself, where do you feel unworthy? Where do you feel unworthy, especially of receiving? When I was looking at my own journey, looking back at and reflecting on my own experiences with money, I had to really humble myself and let go of that pride that said that I can only receive that which I am worth. Or let me put it this way. I have to do XYZ amount of work in order to be able to receive. I was overworking. I was overgiving because I felt like I had to prove myself in order to be able to receive. That was my wounded feminine energy, if we're talking in the realm of feminine and masculine energy. And we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. That is the divine union. That's what we talk about on my main channel. The divine union of ourselves, the balance within ourselves. Within my wounded feminine, I was unable to receive because I felt like I had to prove myself. I felt like I had to constantly work for it and overwork for it and overgive and over-sacrifice myself. The same goes for abundance. Abundance is an energy. And the more that you look at life and yourself as abundant and you feel into that energy, that's the most important aspect. It's feeling the emotional component of it. Your emotions are a barometer for guidance. Your emotions tell you where you are. If you're feeling restrictive, if you're feeling lack, if you're feeling scarcity, if you're feeling fear, then you're in a lower vibrational energy, and that energy is going to persist because it's kind of like a thought spiral, right? The more that you focus on it, the more that you focus on the lack, the more that you focus on the scarcity, the more you climb into that energy of desperation and that fear, and the more that's going to persist. But the more you allow yourself to surrender and say, okay, this might be where I am now, but it doesn't mean that's not where I have to stay. And I don't have to overwork or over-sacrifice. I can feel abundant in my everyday life, even if my current circumstances don't look the same. This is what we learn on this ascension and awakening journey, that the physical world is an illusion compared to what you experience within yourself. The physical world is a reflection of the energy that you hold within yourself, and the more that you shift your perspective, the more your physical world changes. It's not, again, outside in, it's inside out. The beliefs that you hold within yourself or what you see persist as evidence or data in your physical world, but it's only evidence and data because what's created in your physical world is the energy that you're holding within that is then projected outwards. Let me say it like this. The energy that you hold within is projected outwards as a reflection or a simulation of everything that you experience within your current present material reality in physical form. You see how we get trapped in these consciousness traps? Where we think, oh, because this is happening in my physical world, because I don't have this money, I am unworthy, or I'm not valued, or I am going to be poor in my finances forever. And that's a belief that then gets reinvented, that just keeps perpetuating. You have to break out of that consciousness trap. You have to shift the energy within yourself by shifting that belief. Sometimes you can go back to where that belief was formed. And that's how you shift the belief. And you say, oh, that's actually not real. I can look at it from a different perspective. Sometimes you can break out of that consciousness trap by just allowing yourself to feel differently, by allowing yourself to experience differently. And that takes practice by changing your habits, by changing your behaviors, by changing your thought processes, by changing the way that you view things, by shifting your perspective. And the more that you shift your perspective, the more that you change the beliefs. And you're breaking free from that consciousness trap. And again, abundance isn't just money, but abundance is allowing yourself to receive and feel gratitude for what you have in your life at the present moment. And the greatest tool for me, you can do all these manifestation practices and learn about manifestation and what it is, but the greatest thing that you can learn from manifestation is acceptance and surrender. Accepting the current circumstances while holding that vision for what it is that you're creating. Acceptance does not mean being stuck. Acceptance means, okay, this is where I am now. This is what I'm experiencing now. What action steps, as little as they might be, what action steps can I take to move myself forward, to create more abundance in my life, to create more value in my life, to receive more? Whatever this is, in financial terms and in material terms, it was about, maybe it's saving. Maybe it is cutting back on spending. Maybe it is about taking on another job or a different job, changing jobs. Maybe it is about negotiating your salary. Maybe it's about, something within community or asking for that support. It's action steps. It's all action steps. And that's the masculine energy within you. And you see how the masculine and the feminine energy work together as one? Where you take action steps, but allow yourself to shift, receive, be flexible, and how that comes in. You're not trying to control the path. Oh, I can only make money in this direction. I can only make money this way. That's control. That is a fixed energy. The universe wants to flow and bring you in a number of different ways that energy of abundance. But you have to get out of that fixed mindset because that's what keeps you stuck. So you take action steps and you trust your intuition to guide you on that action step. So it's intention, shifting your beliefs, shifting your perspectives, and putting it into practice with action steps. We may never get to know how high the tree grows or how far the branches extend. We may only be planting seeds, but those seeds matter. The universe works in mysterious ways, but we have to be open to it. I pulled some cards, and they're guiding me to this now. I pulled some cards in the beginning to kind of just set the stage and the energy for this reading and kind of see where they wanted me to go with this. We have trust and we have flow. I'm getting spirit shivers now. Trust and flow. We have to be able to trust in ourselves and trust in the universe. And look at the hands here. To be open to receiving and to be open to allowing not only ourselves but the world to transform. And to trust in the flow of things, not be so fixated or fixed on a certain path or a certain way that something has to happen, but to be adaptable, to be flexible, to be open, to be flowing. Energy has to flow. It's the reminder that everything is energy, and the more that you balance yourself and clear those blocks or those beliefs within yourself, really dive deep into that shadow work. Where do these beliefs come from? It could come from systemic culture, could come from society, it could come from caregivers, it could come from your upbringing or certain experiences that you have. But the more that you allow yourself to shift the belief and shift the perspective, the more that you allow your own situation or experience to change within your physical world. But it starts within yourself first.